We've covered many of the ingredients that go into a seller's consultation, but let me detail it in this lesson to make it really clear. Begin a consultation with questions for the seller. Where are you planning to move to? How soon are you hoping to move? What changes to the home have you made over the time you've lived here? What's your favorite room in the house? Have you ever sold a house through an agent before? What did you like about the process? What did you not like about the process? What do you expect from an agent you work with to sell this home? After you feel you've created rapport and gathered information, casually ask them, who else have you interviewed? And who else are you planning to interview? That will tell you how much competition you have. Never say anything bad about another agent or their choices of who to interview. Always be positive or neutral. Finally, once you've sat down at a table, if you aren't already, ask them, what do you think a realtor can do to get you top dollar for your home? Whatever they answer, ask them, and why is that important to you? What you're looking for is for them to respond that they need a buyer, so that you can then say, so are you going to base your decision on who to hire by the person that can expose your home to the most amount of buyers? So the conversation will go something like this. What do you think a realtor can do to get you top dollar for your home? They say, do open houses and lots of marketing. You say, and why are open houses important to you? They say, because then people can conveniently come see the house. And you say, by people, do you mean buyers? They say, well, yes. Then you say, what type of marketing is important to you? They say, well, I thought that's what you were going to tell me. You say, yes, I will definitely share with you what I do and why, but I'm curious what you think is helpful or important. They say, well, the internet seems important. And you say, yes, it is. And why do you think that's important? They say, because that's where people look for homes. You say, you're so right. And I assume when you say people, you mean buyers. They say, well, yes. You say, the reason I spell it out this way is because it becomes obvious that what you're looking for is buyers, not for an open house or for any specific type of marketing. You just want buyers. And to get that, you need maximum exposure, right? They say, well, I guess so. You say, so are you going to hire the person that can expose your home to the most amount of buyers? They say, well, yes, I suppose so. So now the stage is set for your marketing to impress them, because the marketing I've told you about does expose their home to the most amount of buyers possible. That way, if their first thought is for you to do newspaper advertising and you don't do newspaper advertising, then once you establish that what they really need is buyers, and to get buyers they need maximum exposure, they won't question your marketing decisions. Now say, I have a system designed to expose your home to more buyers than any other company. May I share that system with you? They say yes. Open the part of the presentation where you have to show them what marketing you do. Walk them through the marketing that I detailed in the last session. At the end of the marketing proposal, say, can you see how this system exposes your home to more buyers than any other system? When they say, sure, pull out the listing agreement and say, great, let's take a look at what the market is saying your home's value is. You will need your manager or managing broker to teach you how to do home value analysis using the MLS. I do have a recommendation, however. Many agents limit a home value search to homes with a pretty tight radius. If a buyer would limit themselves this way, then that makes sense. For example, if it's a gated community or something like that. Otherwise, you need to do the search the same way a buyer would search, which is usually a bigger area than most agents think. Think about it as if you were searching for a home for a buyer that might be interested in the house that you're at. What other houses in what other areas would you be showing to that buyer? Put the presentation of price together just as thoughtfully as you have put everything else together. There are many services that you can subscribe to that will help you do a pretty presentation. There's Cloud CMA and Toolkit CMA for 2 options. Pick one that's affordable for you. I use Cloud CMA, but it's not the cheapest, so see what you feel good about using. I'm going to take you to a Cloud CMA so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here is Cloud CMA. It provides an aerial view automatically. You have the address and the person's name and date. Gives you a cover letter, and the template you can fill in with all sorts of information about you. You can do client testimonials, you can do information about your education, links to your websites. It gives a description of what a CMA is, and then it maps all the listings that you're going to be talking about in your CMA report. Now, again, I am using CMA because you're in the business, comparative market analysis. You probably know what a CMA is and refer to it that way yourself. I don't call it a CMA to the client. They don't necessarily know what that word is or care what that word is. They want a home value analysis. So this walks you through, it's long, it's 43 pages, and it walks them through all of the listings that are on the market that are comparable listings for them. So that's an example of a good CMA report. Once you've got through the market value of their home and have established the listing price, pull out the listing agreement and fill in the price. You should have most of the other sections filled in before you even get there, their names, the commission amount, etc. Make sure you can explain each paragraph of the listing agreement succinctly. Your manager or managing broker should be able to teach this to you. I would, but every state is different, so I can't help with that. If you are assumptive enough, you won't get objections. But I did have you do the objection homework in a previous lesson, so you should feel prepared for anything they throw at you. Hopefully, you've been practicing your responses by role-playing with someone. Finally, after the contract is signed, leave them with a book similar to the one I've attached to this lesson. It's my seller's guide. Write it so that it covers the process that is applicable to your area. Now go market that new listing and get it sold.